This podcast has been created and curated to give an insider's perspective on what life is truly like as a leader in higher education, academic medicine, and nonprofit organizations. Join Spiro Coaching Institute co-founders Kara Penfield and Rob Kramer as they talk to a wide variety of leaders from these sectors, gaining holistic perspective into the opportunities, stressors, and delights that come with leading in these unique environments. We hope you enjoy listening.
Hello and welcome. We're delighted you are listening. My name is Kara Penfield. I'm from the Spiro Coaching Institute, and I'm here with my co-founder and fellow partner, Rob Kramer. My friend, how are you today?
Hey, Kara. It's lovely to be with you today. It's a lovely day here on the West Coast, and I am thrilled to be talking to our special guest today. Do you want to introduce her to our audience?
I would be delighted to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, Alyson Gordon is with us today. She's a transformational human capital executive with over 2 decades of leadership in healthcare, HR strategy, operations, and change management. As SVP and Associate Chief People Officer for HR Operations at AdventHealth, she is responsible for optimizing enterprise-wide HR performance, driving innovation and service excellence across the organization. She served as the sponsor for the December 2025 Workday implementation, the largest go-live in the company's history, and is a leader in digital transformation and future-ready workforce solutions. After earning her degree from Oakwood University in Huntsville, Alabama, Alyson began her career with AdventHealth as an HR resident. Following several progressive leadership roles, she spent 7 years with Duke Health before rejoining AdventHealth in 2024. Above all of those things, my friends, Alyson is a delightful human, an elegant leader, and so much fun to spend time with.
Yay! Good morning, Alyson.
Hello, friends.
It's great to see you again.
Great to be here.
So besides all your muckety-muck credentials, what else would you like our audience to know about you?
Oh, I love that. I am a mom, something was like the best part of my life. I think I have 3 boys with my husband, Justin, and they are just the best thing about life. And I think the other thing I'd love to remind people is that I'm from the West Coast. And so when it comes to all things, I do believe that West is best. But no, I do think that my upbringing in Portland, Oregon informed a lot about who I am and how I see the world. So I do think it's an important thing to know. For me, it grounds me.
Wonderful. And you are far away from Oregon right now.
As far as I could be.
Yes, pretty close. Down in the Southeast United States. Well, we have a few questions we wanted to ask you today. I hope that's okay, Alyson, and we'll kind of move through our conversation. First one is probably the most challenging of the whole interview. What was the first concert you ever saw?
Oh gosh, my first concert. I'm so bad at remembering these things. Sure, but I'm pretty sure it was something I would have experienced during my college years, during the years of Atlanta's and the South's like hip hop at its peak. I don't know exactly what it would have been, but feels like maybe something there, or maybe Genuine, which was also in college.
All right.
Those are the ones I remember the most, at least.
Well, how about this one? What do you recall as your favorite concert you ever attended?
Oh, well, I think it's important to note that I love music. So I would say, in no particular order, Bruno Mars, Beyonce, Rihanna.
Nice.
Oh,
Wow.
my gosh, that's a good little top 3 list.
You've been to see the biggies. Yeah. Hey, Alice, would you share with us what you might consider your most boneheaded leadership moment?
Oh gosh. It's funny. I was talking to somebody about this today. It's easy to be stubborn early on in your career. You think you have a good handle on things, or you don't always have to take people's advice. But there were a couple of leaders in my 20s that I worked with that were colleagues, one I worked for and one I worked with, and we just clashed a lot. And someone told me that I should work harder on those relationships, like take them to lunch, go to coffee. And I was like, I'm good. I just had no interest in it at all. And I still think about that. The reason I was talking about it today is because I was meeting with someone, a mentee, and I was sharing that advice of what not to do. And I think so often people are willing to give you guidance and share their wisdom, but you have to be humble and open-hearted enough to hear them, and then courageous enough to do the thing. And that is a lesson I had to learn. And so now I do that thing proactively, meet with people, take them a coffee, stay close to them because I know what impact not doing it before had. And that is definitely to me like so silly of me to have a senior executive give me advice and me to ignore it. I don't know why I thought I knew more than he did, but that is a boneheaded moment I still think about a lot.
Can we blame it on youth?
Some youth. I also think if you're asking for feedback and advice, you have to be willing to take it. And so maybe it's some of the youthfulness, but I think some of that honestly can be a little ego and pride.
Yeah.
Those things can really get in the way.
Absolutely.
Ego and pride. Alyson, what are you most focused on right now at work?
Right now, I am focused on, I would say, two core things. One is making sure I have the right skill set in the leadership team that I'm responsible for. And the second thing is ensuring we can execute on all of the commitments, the strategies, the initiatives that we need to and are expected to for the organization. Like we all have a job, we all have something that we get paid to do. And I believe that we should not just do it, but do it well. And so when I came into this role, we were really in a transitionary stage coming out of the pandemic in a time of expansive growth as an organization. And if we stay still, we actually fall behind. And so I'm trying to help the team not stay still, right? You make these little changes, you nip away at the edges, but we need to actually be raising the bar for ourselves and moving forward. And so we've made some commitments to challenge ourselves to do that. We have to see that through. And in order to see that through, we need the right people on the team. We need the right skill sets on the team to be able to deliver on that. So those, I would say, would be the two things I'm most focused on, because I think the rest of it is just like details that will work itself out. Regardless of scenario, regardless of the commitment we've made, if we have those two things in place, we can do all the other things well.
Absolutely.
Sorry, Carol. Go ahead. No. Alyson, I don't think many people really might understand the complexity of human resources, especially in a big matrix organization like your health system. Can you give us a sense of that? Like how big is your FTE workforce on your team?
So I lead a team of about 500. We are an organization of 111,000 team members or employees. So in HR specifically, across our organization, we have just over 1,000 FTEs in HR. So you could say I'm responsible for about half of the FTEs in HR. Organizationally, we're in 9 states, but headquartered in Florida. And my team is spread across those 9 states. And so it's both the dynamic of multiple teams, a lot of stakeholders, a lot of client groups, a lot of different work scenarios. And in my scope of responsibility, I have the responsibility for our shared services functions or our operational team. So it's everything from talent acquisition and strategy, our contact center, employee relations, executive services. I work a lot with our HRS team. I have HR responsibility for that function. And so it's a lot of things are like the core to what we do every day in HR. And so if those things don't work well, we all kind of have problems. And so it is an interesting model to work in where we have market HR really responsible for that partnership with operational leaders. And then we have our strategic arm, our COEs that are really leading strategy and making more programmatic decisions, partnering with external firms who are advising us in particular directions. Then our team's trying to execute on all the things we need to do every day to support across the organization.
Wow. One of the things we know then is you're not bored.
I'm not bored. That is for sure. This we know. If you ask my assistant, she would agree with you.
Yeah. going to do a speed round of questions with you. All right. Forgiveness or permission?
Oh, forgiveness.
Ooh,
That's
tell us
easy.
more.
I'm laughing because I'm telling on myself a little bit, but I rarely ask for permission. I think that as a leader, I'm a senior vice president. And I think at some point, there's got to be a level of trust and confidence in the decisions that I'm making. And I think that I should have a certain level of trust and confidence in myself as a leader. And I think it is my responsibility to work with some level of independence and autonomy. What that means, though, is that I need to be really intentional about the decisions I'm making. Who does it impact? Who else do I need to collaborate with? What else do I need to consider? But once I've gone through that process, I actually think that it is better for me to make a decision, move forward, keep things rolling, and more operate on guiding principles of what is right and what we should do versus asking for permission, which feels a little bit more for me like being is it okay if I do my job well today? Is it okay if I exert my leadership today? And I think if I have to ask someone else for permission to do what I think is right or best, then maybe I'm not in the right seat. I think there are circumstances in which you do need your other people's input or your leaders' support. But generally speaking, if I'm unsure, I'm going to go the forgiveness route because I think sometimes people are not courageous enough to make the right choice. And it can slow down our ability to do what's good and right for everyone.
You are nothing if not courageous.
Thank you. I do think that courage is the thing that I lean into the most these days. Courage and authenticity, I think will take anyone very far.
Lovely. Sand or snow?
Oh, sand. Sand
Sand.
and salty air every day.
Country or city?
City. The bigger, the better.
Oh, the bigger the better. Okay.
A big city. I love a big city. I always imagined my life. I'd never really experienced this way, but I always imagined living in like a big urban city in a high rise. I never realized that, but maybe when my kids are gone, I don't know. But I do love a big city.
Beautiful.
Fantastic. Alyson, how or when are you most creative?
I think I'm actually most creative after two things, like a conference or time off. If you catch me my first day back at work from some time off, the ideas are endless. But I also think going to a conference can be really good because it gets you outside of your bubble and thinking differently and networking with people and sparks a lot of ideas. So those are the two times I think I am most creative, when I've learned something new or had more time and space.
I think I observed that in you recently.
And then
it was all abundant and wonderful.
Well, you got to give us some inside scoop on what it is you're talking about.
Oh, well, I was given the fortunate opportunity to facilitate a retreat for Alyson and her leadership team. And Alyson had been off the week before, and she came in so grounded and creative. And we had sort of planned for things right before she left for vacation. And so then I didn't communicate with her for 90 days. And then she came in and she was just effervescent. Effervescent. That's what you were.
Ooh, that's the word of, ladies and gentlemen, the word of the day is effervescent.
Effervescent.
Thank you. We had a fantastic time with you, Kara, and just really value the way that you help us get aligned and stay aligned and think differently about how we can be a team, and not just a team, but a good team, a leadership team, a team that is working together and making a difference, which is what we want to do. So thank you really for the way you always go with the flow.
It's my pleasure.
So speaking of team, Alyson, what is something new coming in the future that you're looking forward to working on?
So I would say the thing I'm looking forward to working on in the future is leveraging AI in our daily work. I'll admit that I was someone who was a little skeptical at first of where it fit in HR. I'm like, HR is about people. We don't need AI. And I think the more I have learned and educated myself and challenged my beliefs, the more I see opportunity. And I'm far from an expert, but I do have a strong belief that a lot is possible and that it can help solve some problems that bog us down. How do we leverage, whether it's AI or any other technology, to give us more time for the human things and less time doing all the manual work we so often get stuck with? And so it's a good experience for me to both be challenged to pull myself forward into an unknown and lead a team through some of that as well. And so that's what I'm excited about, because what an opportunity we have to do it in a way we get to be a part of it versus being told we have to do something or it being done to us. And I think it's an incredible opportunity for us to rise to the occasion as a leadership team.
Is it too soon to fully comprehend how AI could be useful for human resources? Or are you starting to see a sense of that?
Oh my gosh, so many opportunities. For example, in our contact center, so for our shared services model, people can call in or to the contact center and get help or open a case on their own. And so when we think about the way that case gets resolved, the way that case gets handed off, or when there are transactions that need to occur in the system, people have to review them, or sometimes they need to get assigned or validated. We have to do quality. So those are some very easy opportunities for us to know with confidence that AI could help us. I think some of the other things we're thinking about, though, is how do we think of it as an extender, not just necessarily taking away things, but how can we extend what's possible? For example, what are some of the things people need guidance on every day? It maybe wouldn't be the thing we would use to develop someone to the next level, but what if you just need to talk through something with someone, and instead of going to your HR business partner because it's 6 p.m. and they're not in the office and you don't want to bother them, you have a coach to help you talk through some pros and cons or scenarios or a challenge you're having with a colleague. I think those are two examples that come to my mind. In the talent space, again, workflows, right? There's a lot of things that happen in our applicant tracking system that are not automated or not easy, or when we're trying to use multiple systems together, how do we really leverage that intelligence to help us get closer to the work that really needs to happen or the value we're trying to create? And those are just a few things that come to
Just a
mind.
few. Very nice. Thank you.
Sounds like a masterclass in how to use HR, AI and HR. Alyson, I'm going to take you back to the speed round. Sporting event or the library?
Sporting event.
Oh, yeah.
Social butterfly. So I want to be where the people are.
I feel like now I should sing a song. It's a Disney song, but I won't sing it in service to this audience. Park bench or picnic table?
Park bench.
Tell me why.
I think park bench, I imagine myself like listening to birds and people watching. You can take more in. I think when I think about a picnic table, it feels a little bit more close off to me.
Very interesting. And I can see you in a park bench in an urban setting, right? Get on the elevator.
Listening to Beyonce.
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. How about orchid or daisy?
Oh gosh. I'm gonna go daisy because I cannot keep an orchid alive to save my life.
You live in Orlando. You just have to like tie it to a palm tree.
No, that sounds very easy, Kara, but I need to be coached on that because I've been very unsuccessful in keeping orchids alive. I had 3 orchids in my office maybe last summer. They're all gone. And now I have a tiny succulent. So that's more my level at this time.
Alyson, this is kind of an awkward question, but why do people follow you? And when do people get challenged or disagree with you?
I think that people follow me because I'm honest and genuine. Like I give direct feedback. I'm honest about when something goes well or doesn't. I try to treat people with compassion. I believe a lot that compassion is like just the most human way to engage with somebody. We all have things we're juggling and dealing with in life. And so everyone can use a little compassion. but it doesn't mean we can't be honest about what's happening or what we need to do. I think that I also am somebody who develops people. And so people are willing to be led by me because I will invest in them. I'll get in the thick of it with them, but I'll also leave them room to fly when they need that. So I think that was the first part of your question.
That's great. Yes. And the second part is, why might people struggle with you?
Oh, they will struggle because I'll hold them accountable.
Yeah, you will.
I will hold them accountable. I will speak the truth. I will be direct. I will give the feedback. And sometimes, even though people say sometimes they want feedback, they're not ready for it, or they're not willing to believe, again, back to ego, that they don't have all the answers. And if you're not willing to learn from someone else, then you won't like working for me, because I have a lot to say. And I'm going to say it.
Excellent. Thank you, Alyson.
Alyson, what do you want to accomplish next?
When I think about what I want to accomplish next, it's really around the legacy I think I want to build with my team. I really enjoy developing people, and I think that I want to leave an impact anywhere that I work. But I think more importantly, I want to leave the people changed that I worked with. And so, yeah, some of that's about the work and the deliverables, but a lot of that is about like the way I lead, the way I show up every day, whether it's as a colleague or whether it's as a leader. That is probably what's most important to me. And I'm really grateful that at this particular stage in my life, my greatest values are around my family and my faith, not around work. Like, I love work. I love working. I love my job, all those things. I love my team. And it's not my number one thing. And so if I can help people, open a door for them, if I can make an impact in some way, that's probably the thing that drives and excites me more than anything.
That's lovely. Thank you for sharing.
Alyson, sweet or salty?
Oh, sweet. I'd definitely say sweet. I don't think that actually gives you diabetes, but
What are some of the favorite sweets?
favorite sweets. So there's this really good chocolate square with caramel in the middle and a little salt on top that I like. There's also a turtle that I like on a pretzel. I also enjoy
Turtle on a pretzel.
a gummy, like the sweet and the salty with the crunch.
Yes.
Really a good gummy bear.
Old school.
Yesterday, we did a market visit in Georgia, and they had a coconut cream pie that was divine. Like, I couldn't even walk away from it. I was like, let me just taste it. It was insanely amazing. So
Nice.
I would definitely say sweet.
All right. Used book or new book?
New.
How
Write
come?
those pages down for me. I want to see what someone else's insights were. You're like, don't you love getting a book and it has notes in it already? I love that.
Yes.
It's almost like a book club, except they don't know it.
Travel to the past or to the future?
I'm going to go future on that one.
Why is that?
Well, the past potentially could be a little heavy depending on how far back I think I go. In these days and times, it's hard to think about what less progress would feel like for people like me.
So the future, what is it about the future?
The future just feels like more possibility, more hopeful. It hasn't been written yet, so that feels more energizing to be drawn toward, I think.
Alyson, I'm curious, if you could travel anywhere to have an impact through work, where would you go?
Gosh, that's hard to have an impact through work. So my parents were both educators and worked a lot in underserved areas. And so I think what would be most meaningful to me is to help continue that legacy in some way and continue to give back and close the gap for people that are a little forgotten about and just haven't had the same opportunities. And I think that probably would be somewhere in the United States, unfortunately, the way that our educational system is right now. And that would be super meaningful to me. I actually went into healthcare because I thought it would be a different way to help people and make a difference. And it is, it very much is. But I still find myself being drawn to what's happening in education or educational system and higher ed. Like, I'm very curious about it. So wherever an opportunity like that would take me would be exciting for me. If I were just traveling for fun, then I would probably want to go back to Greece. That is probably the best time I've ever had in my life.
Not Jamaica.
No, although Jamaica's good. Like, there's some good places to go with lots of sand, but I think something about Greece was really special.
I've never been to Greece. Have you been to Greece, Kara?
I have not, and I would
neither.
really like to go. Maybe our next retreat.
Oh my
Could be
gosh.
a
Hey, now you're a sweet talker. Wait,
Do
that Allison's team's going to have and pay for us to go, or you and I are going to?
Oh, that would be even better.
If Alyson paid for it, it would be amazing.
If Alyson and her delightful team were with us, that would be amazing.
Oh, with us. That would be a delight, but even more delightful if she paid.
Alyson's like, I really think if I were going to take that trip, I don't want to be with you guys. I have other people to travel with.
I can go anywhere. You all are a good time.
As are you.
Food and good music. We're going to have a good time.
That's exactly right. One last question, Alyson. If you were to give a book as a gift, what would it be?
Dare to Lead. That's so easy.
Yeah.
Dare to Lead was life-changing for me. I think it helped create a lot of clarity for myself and my leadership and who I wanted to be, how I wanted to show up. I think there were also some really good concepts from there that I've kept with me, like paint done, the idea of creating clarity around what an end product or success looks like. Of course, Clear is Kind. I think Dare to Lead would be the one book I would give anyone who wanted to be a leader or who wanted to be a better leader.
The lovely and talented Brene Brown, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's a smarty pants like Alyson Gordon is.
Very smarty and a delight. Alyson Gordon, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. It's always good to talk about leadership with you and to know and work with you both.
And we look forward to you taking us to Greece with you.
Yes, in 2030.
We'll see you then.
We'll see
Thank
you
you,
then.
Alyson.
Take care.
Thanks for listening. You can find the books referenced in this episode in the podcast notes below. For more information on the podcast and Spiro Coaching Institute, please visit spirocoaching.com. That's SPIRO coaching.com. Have a great one.